Now, I want Trump supporters to know that you are now officially out of the honeymoon phase and part of the narcissistic fascist regime. They don't care about you. They never did. They got what they wanted from you. I hope you guys know how interesting things are about to get. Many of us on the left have been warning Trump supporters that Donald Trump is a toxic narcissist, as is much of the administration, and everybody eventually gets burned, and you're going to get burned. And American cattle farmers right now, we are watching a full-blown narcissist attack against cattle farmers. So if you don't know what's going on, Trump has decided that because beef is so expensive because of his tariffs and his deportations, he's going to purchase beef from Argentina. And by flooding the market with more beef, bring the costs down for all of us. And the immediate response of the American cattle farmers, almost overwhelmingly, they probably voted for Donald Trump, are like, what? What are you doing? Why are you doing that? This is hurting us. And here's where it gets interesting. Trump responded exactly like a narcissist. He essentially said, you cattle farmers don't know how good you have it under me, which is gaslighting. And he said, you guys need to lower the price of your beef.
Well, the Democrats were right again. Do you guys remember when we told these Trump supporters that if Trump put tariffs on everything, that American companies would jack their prices up? Well, that's exactly what happened with American beef. As soon as Trump put in the tariffs, American cattle farmers raised their prices 10 to 15%. And when we told Trump supporters that this is precisely what would happen, they said, well, that's okay. I'm okay with paying higher prices at the store, even though Trump's entire campaign promise was to lower prices. But I'm okay with paying higher prices as long as we're buying American, because that's the patriotic thing to do. Well, I guess I got a little bit too patriotic in here, huh? Because now Trump is importing beef from Argentina to undercut the prices of American farmers. Isn't it amazing how Trump has completely fucked over American farmers at every turn, and yet he has the audacity to sit in the White House and say, prices are way down. I saved the farmers. Trump supporters, listen up. Next time, listen to the smart people. You know, the people who don't like Trump, even he knows that. The smart people. Listen to us and you could have saved yourself some trouble.
What do you have to say to U.S. farmers who feel that the deal is benefiting Argentina more than it is them, as they are a top
Argentina is fighting for its life. Young lady, you don't know anything about it. They're fighting for their life. Nothing's benefiting Argentina. They're fighting for their life. You understand what that means? They have no money. They have no anything. They're fighting so hard to survive. If I can help them survive in a free world, I happen to like the president of Argentina. I think he's trying to do the best he can. But don't make it sound like they're doing great. They are dying. All right? They're dying.
Hey farmers, is this your boy here? He's talking about how Argentina is fighting for its life, but I've been seeing videos for months, video after video after video, a farmer on this app telling me how they're fighting for their lives. So in this America First economy, in this America First world of Donald Trump's, why is he putting Argentina over the U.S.? Why is he picking Argentina products, farmers, laborers over Americans? As soon as they got that $40 billion, they started lowering their prices so they could make better trades. And meanwhile, the farmers here in this country are getting pinched by tariffs that Donald Trump put in place. So I'm just curious, for all you farmers and all you Maga and all you whiteys out here that decided to vote for Donald Trump because he was going to put America first and help put money in your pocket. And now we put $40 billion in Argentina's pocket because they are suffering. They are the ones in trouble. What happened to that? I thought the money was supposed to come to you and me. Where are you now, guys? Man, fuck them farmers. First it was soybean coming on here bitching and moaning, and now it's all the cattle ranchers. They're talking about Argentine beef, and why would we buy Argentina's beef? We need to sell the beef here. Dear DEER, Mr. President, why are you doing this to us? We voted for you. You know what? I have good news for the cattle ranchers, though. It may seem like a dark time, but I have good news. The silver lining is maybe at the end of this, you'll be invited to the ballroom. Maybe you'll get to go to that $250 million ballroom. Maybe, just maybe, he'll invite your manure-smelling ass to the ballroom. And then all this will be water under the bridge, and you can go kiss your daddy's ass like you have for the last decade. Because Donald Trump is for the farmers. He's for the ranchers, right? Isn't that why he gave Argentina, America first? He gave Argentina $40 billion. Meanwhile, the price of beef skyrockets. Meanwhile, Argentina undercuts the price of soybeans so they can continue to sell to China. Meanwhile, China has cut off all trades for produce and agriculture with the United States. But the farmers would vote for him again in 2028. I thought farmers were supposed to know something. I thought they were supposed to be kind of smart and understand science and math and shit like that. But what I'm seeing is they're just a bunch of gullible asshats to vote for the same man who tried to bankrupt you in 2019, vote for him in 2020, and turn around and vote for him again in 2024. So I don't know what to tell you, but your sobs ain't worth a pitcher of warm piss.
Donald Trump is now blaming farmers and ranchers for high food prices, suggesting they don't understand their business as well as he does. Now, as you know, food prices across the board are rising quickly, with beef in particular going sky high. And Donald Trump has done little to address these prices except slap on more tariffs and import beef from Argentina. Well, Trump has received pushback by farmers on this, and Trump has responded by saying cattle ranchers don't understand that the only reason they're doing well is because of the tariffs. It would be nice if they would understand that, but they also have to get prices down because the consumer is a very big factor in my thinking also. That's right, cattle ranchers. You're the reason beef is high. You've raised your prices too high, and what you need to understand is that it's Donald Trump's tariffs are the reason you're doing well, and now you need to lower the prices for the American consumer. The President of the United States is not blaming his tariffs. He is blaming the American food producers for the high prices. This is the current state we're in.
President Trump plans to flood the beef market with beef from Argentina to help combat the high beef prices here in the United States. Let me tell you why that is a bad idea. For one, the first time in decades, the farmer and rancher is able to finally turn a decent profit and put that money back into their farm and ranch and help keep their ranches alive. Second, if we cheapen American beef, we're going to fall back into the same trend that we were 4, 5, 6 years ago, where we're losing 10 to 20,000 American ranchers every single year. Why would somebody try to continue on a ranch or pass it down to their kids? Why would their kids want to run a ranch that's not even able to make a decent living? And third, a lot of these people are the ones that voted for you. What happened to the America First policy, taking care of the American ranchers and the American people first before anybody else? Now, I'm not saying imports are bad, but flooding the market and making it worse for the American ranchers is not the way to go about this.
This is fresh off the presses. This is amazing. So you know how farmers were pleading to the Trump administration for help, and they expressed so much anger that the Trump administration gave your tax dollars and my tax dollars to the tune of $20 billion to Argentina, who turned around then and went straight to China and said, hey, we'll trade directly to you. And China, as a result, put in 0 orders with U.S. farmers because Argentina used that $20 billion to reduce the cost of exporting to China. Remember that outrage? And remember when Republicans were texting each other, oh my God, I think we fucked up with this $20 billion to Argentina because now China's the one benefiting from all this and our farmers are screwed, right? Well, I am happy to say that the Trump administration heard you, Mr. Farmer. He heard our farming community. He heard other Republicans, especially in Congress, who expressed concern. They understood what they did and how it's harming farmers, and they took action. And you'll be happy to know they're giving Argentina another $20 billion of your tax dollars and my tax dollars. Now, I want Trump supporters to know that you are now officially out of the honeymoon phase and part of the narcissistic fascist regime. They don't care about you. They never did. They got what they wanted from you, and they're going to keep getting more from you, even though you're not going to like it. You can't stop it. American farmers have destroyed themselves by voting for this Trump regime. Their hate for so many groups of people that they have learned to demonize allowed them to vote themselves out of business by voting for Donald Trump and today's MAGA Republicans. I don't know what else to say. We already know how the American soybean farmer was decimated. This fall, China, their biggest customer, placed exactly 0 orders for soybeans from American farmers because of Donald Trump's regime's tariffs. They went to Brazil. We all saw the videos of the farmers crying in Arkansas, I believe it was. Please, Mr. President, we love you, but come save us. Oh, you guys, it just gets so much worse. So you know how our $20 billion in taxes, yours, Mr. Farmer, and mine, was just snatched from us and given to the leader of Argentina to help keep their version of Donald Trump in power? Your 20 billion and my 20 billion? This was screenshot on our Department of Treasury's cell phone from our Department of Agriculture. Ready? Finally, just a heads up, I'm getting more intel, but this is highly unfortunate, the text said. We bailed out Argentina yesterday, and in return, the Argentines are removing their export tariffs on grains, reducing their price, and sold a bunch of soybeans to China at a time when we would normally be selling to China. Soy prices are dropping further because of it. This gives China more leverage on us. And he responds, Besant responds, on a plane, Scott, but I'll call you when I land. You guys voted for this. The Democrats, who y'all hate so much, you've been programmed to hate your fellow neighbor, your family members. You guys voted for this. We warned all of you because we're not in a cult. We could see how these decisions affect businesses, affect our farmers. We were fighting for farmers, telling you don't vote for them.
I'm going to tell you, I'm starting to get real suspicious of whatever Trump is doing with Argentina. You already know that Trump has blown up the Chinese market for American soybeans. And now Argentina is sending their soybeans to China. And then we bailed out Argentina to the tune of $40 billion. Now look at this. Trump is suggesting that America is going to buy beef from Argentina to bring down prices for the American consumers. Yeah, American beef is high. You know why? Because there's a monopoly. But instead of addressing the monopoly, he's going to import beef from Argentina, who has already taken the American soybean market and has already been bailed out by the American taxpayers. So now we're blowing up the American beef market too? Trump has to be doing the bidding of another country to destroy America. There is no way you can make any of this make any sense.
I really think Trump just said, F them farmers.
The question is, what do you have to say to U.S. farmers who feel that the deal is benefiting Argentina more than it is them, as they are a...
Argentina's fighting for its life, young lady. You don't know anything about it. They're fighting for their life. Nothing's benefiting Argentina. They're fighting for their life. You understand what that means? They have no money. They have no anything. They're fighting so hard to survive. If I can help them survive in a free world, I happen to like the president of Argentina. I think he's trying to do the best he can. But don't make it sound like they're doing great. They are dying. All right? They're dying.
And there you have it, right out of the rotten orange's mouth. It shouldn't shock anyone because Donald Trump has always been someone who didn't care about United States farmers. Hell, he proved that in his first term. Farms took a massive hit, as reported by the Farm Bureau. the actual amount of Chapter 12 bankruptcy filings skyrocketed. There was a 24% increase of Chapter 12 bankruptcy filings by farmers because of Donald Trump and his trade war with China. And Donald Trump's running that same play again. This is a breakdown from the Federal Reserve of Minneapolis, and they are taking a look at the 9th District and how it holds up to other farms across the country. You can see the massive spike of bankruptcies that are occurring all across the United States. Donald Trump has these farmers literally praying for help. I mean it.
Federal government steps in to save them. Farmers have no one to turn to but God.
Farmers, in my opinion, dear Lord, and it's only my opinion, are closer to me than anyone else on this earth because we deal with your earth every day. Dear Lord, we're hurting, dear Lord. We can't help what's happened to us.
Excuse the fuck out of me. Did he just say they can't help what happened to them? Hey, Arkansas farmers, I just want to remind you, this is literally what you voted for. You all voted for Donald Trump at a 64.2% clip. I do want to shout out Little Rock, though, who voted for Kamala Harris. Arkansas farmers, when you say you can't help what happened to you, you could. You could. You know how? You know how you could have actually helped this? Pretty damn simple. You could have voted for Kamala Harris. If farmers continue to go bankrupt and lose their farms, this is going to be a huge impact to all American citizens. There's going to be food shortages. We're going to feel it. The prices of groceries are going to go up. This is going to be bad.